Those opposed, motion carries 5-0. The next item is agenda item number 12, the acceptance of the final plat of 7th Street and Western Avenue Edition. I believe you have some guests in the audience as well.
Yes, I do. I have Patrick Gunn and Al Cantrell. And if you have any questions on the final plat, we'll be glad to answer them for you. But as stated, the Planning Commission had looked over this and had no problems with it. Pete Earls had no problems with it. But if you do have any questions, they're here. And they have been really helpful in leading Jeff and doing everything right. And all I need is you've reviewed it, and it is a recommendation of the planners to accept that final plat so we can get going on that 7th Avenue project.
Well, since they drove in all the way from Denver and they brought some nice boards with them, let's take a look at what they've got.
Want me to introduce myself?
Al Seal can hold one of those.
Yeah, Chief,
Al Seal's up.
you're going to be asking for some money in a minute, Chief. Hold the board.
You for this?
Do you want it to be brought closer so they can see it?
I'm good.
That would be fine. Patrick Gunn, Galloway, 5300 DTC Parkway, Denver, Colorado. Yeah, if you guys have any questions specifically in regards to the project, I'll be happy to answer that. But the project is for a 41,000 square foot grocery with a fuel station against Western Avenue with 3 outlots on the property, 2 to the north and 1 at the southeast corner for future development for medical office, complementary retail, as well as specialty grocers, things along those lines that complements a neighborhood market that we have proposed there. So.
Commission have any? I would just say IHOP, but I'm just throwing that out there. Hobby Lobby, IHOP, we're good to go for the next 10 years. So.
Where's the pumps?
The pumps are on the right-hand side. There's 6 pumps with 12 total stations for the fuel kiosks, and then the main fuel building where soda and the like is just to the west of that.
Okay.
So.
Above the largest gray rectangle? Rectangle, is it above there?
Yes.
Right here.
There's the fuel island.
Correct.
Feel like fan.
And just for the
Can you point?
sir, just for the public's knowledge, as we've seen the drawings and now we see this, turn-ins to the property for the grocery store. Will it be off 7th? Will it be off Armory Road?
We have 5 different access points onto the site.
Okay.
One being off Western Avenue, which will be the main access to the overall site. 1 from the north off of 8th Street, and then 3 to the south off of 7th Street.
Okay.
The major, the furthest west entrance on 7th Street will be mainly for truck and traffic, servicing the store and the outlets for deliveries and the like. And typically those arrive 1 to 2 times a day, depending on the successfulness of the store itself.
Does the commission have any further questions?
Just praise and gratitude and thank you very much for having that kind of faith in liberal.
Thank you. I'll forward that on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's an exciting
awesome.
time.
Very exciting.
Very exciting right now. So I know my wife is very excited since we live 2 blocks from the point. So
You're hired.
I'd make a motion to accept the 7th Street and Western Avenue addition to the city of Liberal.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Harrison with a second from Vice Mayor Aragon. Any further discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, raise your hand. Raise them high. All right. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you. Next item up on the agenda is agenda item number 13. We have 3 parts with the police department. Agenda item 13A is police uniform cleaning.
Mayor, I'd say that this podium's a little easier than standing over there, so I'll be short and brief.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, appreciate that.
Any questions?
Any questions? I see that there's a new front-load washer on this for your house. I didn't understand that.
I got to build one first.
Okay.
We have a proposal for professional cleaning of our police uniforms. We've long time wanted to do that, but for the appropriate time, when we feel like we're able to move forward with the project of that expense. We budgeted for this project, and we discussed it some in the budget work session earlier this year. For a lot of reasons, the obvious ones, we would like to have our uniforms professionally cleaned and pressed, not only to prolong the life of the uniforms, but also to improve the appearance of them and to have more of a uniform appearance rather than an appearance that will vary throughout from one officer to the next. So we did a couple things. We looked with UniFirst, who the city contracts with many other departments, and we found that UniFirst will not be able to provide us the uniforms we currently possess. But they would be able to do an industrial washing of that uniform at a price of $3 per set. The biggest problem with that is, in order to do that, the turnaround time of having clean uniforms brought back to us is a week, and that would mean that we'd have to buy double the amount of uniforms that officers currently have in their inventory in order to have sufficient supply for them to wear clean uniforms. That expense would be almost $20,000 just to double that. So we also looked at contracting with Comet Cleaners and negotiated a reasonable price through them from $9 a set down to $4.90 a set. And in doing that, we would be able to continue with the amount of uniforms that we have because their turnaround time is within a day or two. So it would be much less upfront expense for us. And what we would like to do with commission approval is to go ahead and pursue that proposal with Comet Cleaners and start having the uniforms professionally cleaned in town, and shipping them out to UniFirst.
Commissioner, any questions for Chief?
Good.
If there's no questions, I then call for a motion.
I make a motion that we approve the request using Comet Cleaners to have police uniforms cleaned and pressed.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Harrison with a second by Commissioner Williman. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
And that includes yours too, right? Okay. Next item up on the agenda is 13B, grant donation for Shop with a Cop.
Commissioners, you've known about the Shop with a Cop program for many years. We've done it for a long time. I have with me a couple of our committee members to introduce people with a Southern Pioneer. I've got Allison Mann and Chris Head. You guys would like to come up?
Now, is this the new uniforms look that they're going to?
Yeah, it's coat and tie.
Okay.
We might change the tie to a brighter color. but-
Okay.
My wife is very excited about that, by the way.
These two, as you probably already know, have been organizing and running the Shop with a Cop program for a lot of years. And they work very hard each year to solicit, I don't like using that word, but solicit donations. But this year, they've come across a windfall, so to speak. And I'll let them explain a little bit more about the Shop with a Cop program and introduce our guests in the audience.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank the city for letting us carry on a program like Shop with a Cop. We've been doing it for 7 years, and over those 7 years, we've helped a little over 200 kids in our community have a better Christmas. And it's amazing whenever we get to take the kids Christmas shopping and see the smiles on their faces and cook them a hot breakfast, knowing that maybe some days they don't get a hot breakfast and they don't smile as big as they do when we take them. So we want to thank the city and Chief Still for letting us have the program that we do. Throughout the years we have solicited, we've asked businesses for money. We've had programs like fundraisers such as golf tournaments and softball tournaments. And we did pretty good. We generally bring in $3,000 or $4,000 a year in various fundraisers that we have. But this year we came across the HUD grant from Southern Pioneer, and they are extremely generous with the donation that they're giving us. And
normally we take 25 to 30 kids shopping each year, and we spend about $3,000 shopping each year. And through the HUGS grant we applied for, we were granted a $5,000 grant with the hopes that we can take 60 kids shopping this year. And so that's our goal this Christmas. And we have Elise here from Southern Pioneer, and she can tell you more about the HUGS grant.
Hi, I'm Elise Molstad with Southern Pioneer Electric, and this is Jeremy Nix. He's a HUGS team member with Southern Pioneer Electric. And when, obviously, for a not-for-profit company like Southern Pioneer, giving back to the communities we serve is part of what we do. And so several years ago, the HUGS committee and team was formed, and it's a program that takes our recycled copper, steel, aluminum, gets the money from that, and then has created this funding where our service territory programs can apply for funding for certain things. So every quarter we meet and review applications for the grant, and we were reviewing several months ago the grants that had come across our desk, the whole team, and the Shop with the Cop came up. And instantly the environment in the room changed, and everyone just got so excited. I mean, we were ready for Christmas right then and there, and they asked for the minimum amount, and we said, no, we're not going to do $2,500. Let's do $5,000. Let's really get into this. So we are so excited to be a part of this, and so the police department for bringing us to our attention so that 60 kids can be helped this year rather than the 30. So we would like to present this check for $5,000 to police and fire charities for their Shop with the Cop program. And we'll do photo ops later. Thank you.
Thank all of you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
We will need a motion for the acceptance of the grant from the HUGS Division of Southern Pioneer.
So moved.
A motion by Commissioner Harrison to accept the grant, second by Vice Mayor Aragon. All those in favor of accepting the grant? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Elise and Jeremy and Southern Pioneer. Next item up on the agenda is agenda item number 13C, acceptance of a donation from Milk Source LLC from the Liberal Police Department. Police Chief.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, thank you for the acceptance of that grant. I will say that Southern Pioneer has set a challenge out for us because 60 kids is a handful, and we're not accustomed to handling that many at one time, so we split the dates up, and we'll be taking half the kids on one day and half on the other. And I would graciously invite each of you to come help us on those days if you would desire. And I think that if you do, you'll have a lot of fun and joy in it. December 6th and December 13th in the morning if you would like to help.
Where are you meeting at, Chief?
Oh, well, that was another challenge of ours. Normally we do this, we meet at the Fellowship Baptist Church in the morning for breakfast. And we kick that off about 7 o'clock. The cooks get there a lot sooner than that. So December 6th, we were meeting at Fellowship Baptist. However, it wasn't available to us on December 13th. So on December 13th, we will be meeting at Southern Baptist on Western at the same time. So Fellowship Baptist on the 6th, Southern Baptist on the 13th. And then from there, after breakfast, we bus the kids up to Walmart. So where the majority of the help is needed is at Walmart, which, you know, if you'd like to skip breakfast and just meet us at Walmart, we can provide you a more accurate time later. It's just depending on whenever we get done with breakfast. But that's where we need the biggest help. It's a challenge when one officer has to take 2 or 3 kids around, because you can imagine the kids want to go down this aisle or that aisle, and we got to try to keep everybody together. So the more people we have available, the better.
And you can't use your tasers.
Not publicly. The other item that we have tonight is another donation from Milk Source LLC, which is a dairy company out of Wisconsin, but they have a sister company here in Liberal called Heifer Source. I'm sure most of you know about that. Well, they have graciously donated $2,000 to the police department for whatever we might need with regards to purchasing equipment. And with that, I just want your permission to accept that grant, or I'm sorry, that's not a grant, that's a donation for future use for the purchase of unbudgeted items that we might need with regards to equipment.
Your Honor, I'd make a motion that we approve the acceptance of the donation from Milk Source LLC to the Liberal Police Department.
Second. Motion by Commissioner Harrison, second by Commissioner Warren. Any discussion on the motion? Do you have anybody from Heifer Source here tonight?
No.
No? Okay.
I sent them a letter thanking them of their
Okay.
gracious donation already, and I'll follow up with that on your acceptance.
I guess I might remind the commission that just a couple of weeks or maybe 3 weeks ago, they stepped up and donated money to the fire department as well.
Almost $5,000 there.
Those folks have really stepped up and been a part of our community since they've been here.
They do a wonderful job.
Any further discussion? If not, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor of accepting the grant? All those opposed, motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Heifer Source and Southern Pioneer. Next item up on the agenda is agenda item number 14, once again with 2 parts. 14A is board appointments to the Liberal Memorial Library Board.
Your Honor, Commissioners, the Library Board has 2 vacancies due to the resignations of Jody Holt and Cisneros. They met on October 18th and reviewed the resumes of Judy Chance and Robert Oblander and have recommended that they both be appointed to fill those unexpired terms. And in Judy Chance's case, it would be the unexpired term of Jody Holt, which expires December 31, 2015, and to appoint Robert Oblander to the unexpired term of Olga Cisneros, which expires May 30, 2017. And the resumes are attached.
Your
Commissioner,
Honor,
any questions? Go ahead.
Sorry. I'd make a motion that we accept the recommendations that Judy Chance be appointed to the unexpired term of Jody Holt, which expires on December 31st, and to appoint Robert Oblander to the unexpired term of Olga Cisneros, which expires in May of 2017.
Second. A motion by Commissioner Williman with a second by Commissioner Warren. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed, motion carries 5-0. Next item is 14B, Park and Rec Advisory Board.
Your Honor, the Park and Recreation Department or Advisory Board has 1 vacant position created by the resignation of Jane Harding. They met in October and considered the resume of Roland Van Wy that's attached. They're recommending that Mr. Van Wy be appointed to the unexpired term of Jane Harding, and I had a typographical error on my memo. It should say September 30, 2015 instead of 14. And I apologize for that.
Your Honor, I make a motion that we follow the board recommendation and appoint Ronald Van Wy to the unexpired term of Jane Harding.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Harrison with a second by Commissioner Williman. Any discussion on this motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
I might note that at the next meeting, we will be bringing back 2 more board appointments for Parks and Recreation. We have 2 appointments that their term is expiring at the end of the year. It'll just be a simple reappointment of Gary Clausen and Debbie King. That came in after the agenda was out.
All right. Next item up on the agenda is the agenda item 15, City Manager's Report. Mr. Hall.
Mayor and Commissioners, just would like to the departments that are working on our ball field project. I think if you went by today, you saw some backstops being erected. Hopefully, if everything goes well, tomorrow we will have both Calrick and Fields as far as the 30-foot initial backstop. There will be a backstop wall, and that will be padded in the future. But I'm just so impressed with all the departments. We have anything from cemetery, of course, street department, and parks department. We have other departments coming out there to work on the project. So if everything goes well, hopefully we're watering in, and we will be testing maybe tomorrow the irrigation system. So if that gets in, things proceed forward, and hopefully we saw it pretty quick. So I want to thank all the departments for doing that. They're going above and beyond to make that nice, and I appreciate the commission having the forethought to do something that we couldn't do years prior. Other than that, everyone's been working well. The departments are getting ready for the holiday season. It is, we will be closed, of course, Thursday and Friday, but back at it on Monday. And staff is all working to close out the end of the year on a high note. So if there's any questions you'd like to ask, I'd be glad to answer those, but also please feel free to contact the street department or parks department and other departments to find out more about what all they're doing. It's just amazing every day. It's going to start changing. We do have a lot of things going on behind the scenes that are in shops right now. And so those are buildings being constructed and scorekeeper boxes and these kind of things. So it'll be kind of a daily change pretty soon. So.
It's exciting. Does the commission have any questions for the city manager? Thank you, Mark. Our next item is agenda item number 16, items from commissioners. We'll start with Vice Mayor Aragon.
First of all, I'd like to say congratulations to this young lady, Miss Heredia. That's really nice. That's awesome to be representing Liberal and doing something great, bringing that back. I think it's great. Very proud to see something like that happen here. And also, what Mr. Hall said, I think it's wonderful what the city's doing, all the work, driving around, seeing the construction and the big yellow machines everywhere moving dirt and all the stuff. It's really exciting, and to see the plans come tonight, it's pretty exciting. And then also the shop with the cop, it's a good day to be in Liberal, Kansas. So it's nice to see the good things, because you see it on the news, you turn on any channel and there's negative stuff everywhere. So happy to be here. Thank the staff very much for all they do. I know they're working hard. That's all I have.
Commissioner Harrison.
Just to echo everything Commissioner Aragon just said. Can't say any better than that. Great place to be, great staff, and very thankful for everything we have.
Commissioner Wellman.
Well, I have lots of notes, but I need to get out of here and go home and make my mind. I do want to thank Mr. Ridings for coming and bringing that to public awareness. Hugs I want to thank Southern Pioneer for their generous grant. Thank you very much for being here. You have a beautiful smile.
Thank you.
And congratulations. And represent our town well, I know you will. The other thing, I want to thank staff for the rain. Because they believed in me. And I believe in them. And that's what I want to say about that, Mark. And I want to thank Mark and Debbie for all their hard work, and Sheena and Chris and Chief, since you're here. No, I do. I'm so proud to be a part of this town and this staff. I really am. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Janet. Commissioner Warren.
As I start off, I'd like to congratulate the young lady in our audience today. It's quite an accomplishment, and Janet's going to be really disappointed in me because I still, even though I know it's been painted, I haven't looked at the water tower. I guess I've been too busy doing other stuff, so I'm going to have to make an attempt. I think it's too dark for me to see the color, so I better take it in the light.
Since you're going to admit to it, I'll admit to it too. I haven't, and I've tried to make myself look the other day, and I just forgot.
Yeah,
I've invited you both
I
to
know.
come to my house
Yeah,
of an evening before it's dark.
And I don't think I can tell the color of the water tower, and I thought about driving by the ball fields and looking at it. That excites me. There's a lot going on in Liberal right now. Like say the plats that have been presented tonight. I know myself, I've been kicking a little dirt up and before too long we're going to see a lot of projects going on in Liberal, and it's going to be neat to just watch everything happen. So that's all I got.
Thank you, Commissioner Warren. I guess I could just say ditto, but I do want to congratulate once again Sierra. I didn't know if you knew, but she was also this past year's Cinco de Mayo queen here in Liberal, and she'll be heading to Florida soon for another pageant. So she is a young lady on the move.
Great.
It's great to have folks, young folks like her, that take pride in their community and want to represent their community in a positive light. So Sierra, thank you for your energy, your smile, and what you're doing for the city of Liberal. Thank you. I want to thank staff. It's been an exciting 2014 so far, with a couple meetings left in the year. A lot of things going on, a lot of things in 2015 that's just going to be the wow factor for the community as we're working on projects, seeing the plats tonight, seeing staff come together, working on the softball fields, making things happen. And then you throw into the mix community-minded organizations like the Hugs group through Southern Pioneer, Milk Source, Heifer Source, all those organizations that step up, foundations that don't wish to be recognized, but it takes each piece of the puzzle to make the community successful. And I think we have the right mix and we have the right things going on at the right time with the industry, the retail, the housing. We've got it all coming together, and like I said, you're going to see some exciting changes. One change, December the 9th, is going to be the first shovel in the ground for the first school. December the 9th will be the first shovel for the Seymour S. Rogers School, and of course then the elementary school in conjunction with that. So those projects are moving forward. At the same time, we've got everything else going here. So like you all said, this is an exciting time to be in Liberal, Kansas, and it's an exciting time to be serving with my fellow commissioners, because we know who is getting the work done in the trenches, but you guys are behind the scenes and are a positive force for the staff to for us. So thank you guys for your service. That's all that I have. So thank you. And I want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. I guess we won't be back between now and then. So next item up on the agenda is the vouchers. Agenda item number 17.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the vouchers in the amount of $1,531,947.56.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Warren with a second by Commissioner Williman. Any discussion on the vouchers? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed, motion carries 5-0. With that being said, I'd now call for an adjournment.
So moved.